Message to you tough guys. Be tough and clean up that vulgar mouth you got. While you and I are trying to teach people to level up in business and clean up their lives and get in better shape. How about clean up that foul mouth you got? You're not going to lose that tough guy image. No, we're going to redefine what a tough guy really looks and sounds like. Follow my lead. I'll show you how to do it. Yeah, we're going to record that too. We're not going to do over. No, I'm not going to re-record that. You see, I'm just a one-and-done dude. You just got to take it like it is. Bow, chicka, wow, wow.
Well guys, it looks like the biggest Wes Watson clone on the internet right now is back at it once again. The man who has one of the best Wes Watson impressions that I think I have ever seen. And he has not only gotten down the exact tone that Wes Watson uses, along with just the way he speaks in general, but has even got it down to almost making some of the same exact mannerisms. And this person I'm talking about goes by Troy Zanko, or as the internet refers to him, Les Watson. And good old Les Watson here has actually been pretty quiet since everyone on YouTube started making fun of him for just overall being fake and basically just taking advantage of people by selling them a course, while he has one of the biggest savior complexes on the fucking internet. And with all of the recent events that have to do with Wes Watson, and pretty much the possible downfall of his entire empire that he's built, mainly due to the fact that the man might be going to jail, it seems like Les Watson here smells blood in the water, because his confidence is just through the damn roof now that Wes Watson's entire fan base is set up for the taking. And not only has he been posting goofy ass videos like this one right here, where he claims to be the universe's fittest character.
You see where we're at? Yeah. They see me coming. Universe's fittest character. You know the drill. We do this. We're not new to this.
But he has also just returned to his little screaming rants that he likes to do, where he basically puts on a WWE type performance and will just randomly yap nonstop, screaming about the haters, and this time he is just on a kick of screaming about alcohol, and he has no clear understanding of what moderation is whatsoever, and has just been applying these new little screaming sessions on alcohol in some of the goofiest ways that he possibly could.
Drinker's just a that's all you are. Start being more self-respectful. All alcohol is legal drug dealing. That's all it is. They're pimps. That's it. Just like any kingpin that scores the mother load, brings it into the inner city, then just distributes it amongst his foot soldiers. Who are the alcoholic foot soldiers? All your restaurants, convenience stores, grocery stores, and then they just distribute it to the man on the street. You're just a prostitute. That's all you are. And you're buying from your legal pimp. Somebody's just got to put it to you in ways you understand. If you're a drinker, you're a...
And as you can tell, this complete lunatic does not only believe that if you buy a drink from any store that sells alcohol, that you're a hoe, but also tries to refer to these stores as your pimps. And this is obviously just a very absurd concept and just doesn't make any sense unless the person is a severe alcoholic. And that is actually what I used to believe that this man was referring to. But then I continued to watch a couple more of his tangents, and in reality, my man is referring to anyone who takes a sip of alcohol, and has even been getting pissed off about Playoff Sunday. And apparently he feels really pressed about it.
I just feel real pressed since it's playoff Sunday. I know there's a lot of parents out there that are drinking in the house today and the kids are running around. Or you may be at Buffalo Wild Wings and you may see this later or during halftime. Let me let you know something. What you're doing is disgusting. Okay? Just want to let you know that. You're letting your children think that this is acceptable behavior for an adult to drink in front of a child.
And you see, I don't know if this dipshit realizes that moderation is actually a thing, and you can have 1 or 2 drinks without getting absolutely sloshed, and then you're just sitting there on the couch passed the hell out. But it seems as if Les Watson here doesn't realize that not everyone completely lacks self-control, and can have 1 drink every now and then because they're responsible. But in his mind, he is looking at you like a dirty hoe, sitting there getting straight up wasted in front of your kids and watching football. And if anything, I would think that these parents are setting an example of how to display self-control and how to be responsible with the things you're doing. Now, this would be completely different if a parent was just sitting there getting shit-faced, but that is a minority of the people he's just making a broad assumption about. But he just continues to double the hell down on the fucking pimp analogy and starts trying to give out parenting advice.
So we all know alcohol is a drug, and you won't tell me that there is a responsible drug? There's a responsible way to use drugs. Wow, I really hope you don't have children. If you really think that there's a responsible way to use drugs, and not only that, but you're showing your children that one day they too can grow up and be a whole.
And his advice basically just amounts to this. If you would dare to drink responsibly, then you are showing your kids that they can one day grow up, and as Les here puts it, they can become a whore just like you. And my man is not done, because he then just continued on his little tangents and reached the point to where he was just straight up calling people monsters. So if you can display any responsibility or any control, then you're just a monster. And with how he went about saying it, and with how much conviction that he had, I am pretty sure he meant that shit.
If you got children, they're watching you do this, you are a monster. The fact that you even think alcohol, period, is a good decision is evidence that you need adult supervision to make decisions for you in life. Because you're not equipped to make good decisions. And what's worse is you're making bad decisions and you have children. You little monster.
And I know what you may be wondering. What in the hell has set this man off to this extent to where he is just out here getting all fired up and pressed about playoff Sunday? And you know, it may be that his childhood, he may have had parents who didn't drink responsibly, so he doesn't know if that's possible or what that looks like. And I believe it might be a bit of that, but at the same time, I also believe that it is for the same reason as always, which can pretty much just be summed up by these clips right here.
They're definitely not even close to being a man. They need my program. This is exactly why my fitness mentor program just hits different. Get over here on this side. You can do better than this, DM me.
And it is, of course, to get people to go ahead and just buy his little life course. And this is the whole point of his little channel, where this fucker can't even wash his car without pushing his course a little bit.
My car needs a little personal development, a little nutrition and fitness program today. We got to get it cleaned up, just like we do with our lives. Got to clean our lives up.
And the thing is, these wouldn't be bad messages if he actually just went ahead and told you how to clean your life up, instead of trying to lock it behind a paywall where you go ahead and pay for a course that basically just teaches you to sit there and scream at your phone in an empty house. And the craziest part is, he knows how expensive his course actually is, and he just doesn't care. In fact, this is his response if you can't afford his course and you're in need of help.
Oh, you adult children, keep coming for me. And don't mind exposing yourself. But I'm not going to mention your names because you don't deserve any attention. I had a coach of all people hit me up yesterday, wanted my program, said it was too expensive, ridiculously expensive. I got a multi-tier program. Even on the entry level, it's not even $70 a week. Why don't you just say you're broke? Just say you're broke. Say you've had no success in life. That would have been the only honest answer you could have given. I went to your page. You look like a soft-baked pretzel with no salt. You look like you got a little cinnamon sugar on you. And nothing you say is convincing. I don't believe you. You don't say anything that has a gut punch. Nothing. You fraud. Now drop it, give me 20. Make it 10. I think that's all you got.
So not only is this course just expensive as shit, but all it does is teaches you how to scream like an idiot, or just teaches you how to argue and scream at the haters, which if you didn't know is something that this guy is obsessed with doing.
These soldier ladies out here are way more tougher than you bums. That's what my analytics are showing me this morning. These women know I'm telling the truth on you. That's why they don't get triggered and turned up like y'all do. Get your feelings hurt. You might want to take my advice and change your behavior. See if that don't improve the quality of your life and your relationship. Because you boys are one bad decision away from her making the best decision of her life. And that's leaving you. She's already been thinking about it for a long time. If you're going to lie about me, at least tell the truth about the lie. Oh, wait a minute. Goats don't have the truth. You just exist to injure people and create chaos. A half-truth is a whole lie. When you're unable to celebrate a man's accomplishments in life, you end up in his comments as a bully and a tyrant. Showing yourself as an abuser of women and children. Because that's what a bully does.
And this is something that he has recently resumed doing, and along with his little alcohol rants, he has been responding to people going crazy about the haters and talking about how they have never seen a grown man in their life. Because if you call this guy out for his BS, and for basically just playing this dumbass WWE character, then you just haven't seen a real man before.
When a boy grows up and he does not have a father, a man stud father, or just never seen a man in the house, and still, for a man to make a negative comment on another man's page, that boy has still not seen a man in his life. Until me. And he don't know what to do with it. Kind of wishes I was his father. And he's just mad because his wasn't. But really my question wasn't why these punks feel this way, but why do they even feel inspired to comment? What is it that makes them actually have to post the comment? These girly boys clearly had no men in their lives, and they still don't. They're definitely not even close to being a man. They need my program. Worse than feminine, because most women are more soldiers than these girls. So these little boys, they're caught somewhere in between. A man and a woman. They're neither. They're in between somewhere. They're confused.
And he just cannot somehow understand or see why people don't agree with his crazy shit and why they would even dare to leave a negative comment. And as the supposed real man, he is just so sensitive that he cannot handle these comments without just baby raging on his live on Instagram. And I'll tell you what, Les, I'll go ahead and explain why people go ahead and leave negative comments. And it is because people can clearly see when someone is just faking a persona and when someone is fake in general. Especially when they go ahead and have this savior complex and try to act like they're out here saving people, but in reality, they're just making a business transaction, and they are locking the supposed help behind a paywall, which if that's what you're gonna do, fair enough. But don't sit here and act like all you're doing is saving people. And at the very least, be authentic and own up to the fact that you're just trying to get people to buy your course. So when people criticize that business transaction, don't just sit there and cry about it nonstop, saying that they're just hating. Because in reality, they're just pointing out that instead of paying you all this money, they could be paying an actual professional to help them get their life on track instead of paying some guy who's going to teach them to sit there and scream at their phone and obsess over people hating on them online. And the sad part is the fact that when Les Watson here is being authentic and not trying to give his best Wes Watson impression, then he can actually give a little bit of good advice at times.
A lot of you are still harboring resentment and bitterness towards mom and dad for not offering you a better upbringing, different outcome, just like mine didn't. And it's affecting all your relationships today. Listen, have a little pity, have a little mercy. Mom and dad were broken, deficient, weren't equipped with the tools to give you anything different, just like mine didn't. doesn't excuse the behavior, doesn't mend or restore the relationship, but it gives a little understanding to the fact that mom and dad were just broken. Have some mercy. See how much better your life will be in all your relationships.
Now, is that advice worth paying for his supposed lifestyle course and worth paying a shit ton of money? I don't think so. But at the same time, it wasn't bad. And he could make some money off of just ad revenue and maybe sponsorships if he would just continue to give this advice, instead of just trying to milk the very people that he's helping for money through his courses. And it's just overall really sad to see, because he'll post something like that right there, and then just turn around and put a video out like this one where he is just yelling like a moron and overall just looking like a jackass.
I was going to go to the gym and thought, Troy, stop copying people, you copycat. Just be original. Be authentic. Then I thought, well, I'll just stay home. But now I'm copying my neighbor because she's lazy and won't go to the gym. Even thought about eating before I went. Couldn't even eat. Was afraid I was copying somebody that ate before the gym. Oh my God, Troy. Would you just be authentic? And while you're at it, change your camera angle when you record. You violate copyright laws. Oh my God, I can't win.
But I don't think this is something that Troy here is ever gonna get, because as you can tell, he's heard all of this and he's just rejected it. So I guess he's just gonna continue to scream like a psychopath and try to sell his course at every turn. And at the very least, it is always fun to watch him freak out for no reason, just about dumb shit like the haters and like having a beer every now and then. So we're just gonna continue to do that. So if you enjoyed, please drop the sub and the like, and I'm out. Watching Les Watson lose his mind about playoff Sunday, and peace.
I seen this posted in a restaurant the other day and thought, you must be drunk to even post this or think it's a good warning against drinking. Now, how about this? If you're pregnant and you think drinking's okay, you are unfit emotionally and mentally to be a parent. Or how about this? If you want to be honest about warning people against alcohol. It can cause you to sleep with ugly women. Been incarcerated, homeless several times,